WCB Podcast, your source for all things Chicago Blackhawks and everything hockey. With your host, Jarom and Tanner. Let's do it. Jarom and Tanner.
All right, it's another edition of the WCB Podcast, a part of the Hockey Podcast Network, presented by DraftKings and Raycon. And I don't know what we're going to talk about today. I mean, has any news come out regarding the Chicago Blackhawks in the last 24 hours there, Tanner?
Just a little something. There's the NHL draft lottery, and
oh yeah, that's kind of a big deal this year, isn't it?
yeah, it was. Because they were saying that the first overall pick's likely to be this generational talent and Connor Bedard, who's just a monster.
But there's no way that the Hawks had any chance at that because they were
the Hawks led
in the league, right?
Yeah, they weren't the worst team in the league. They were third worst. So they only had 11.5% chance at winning the draft lottery. And the only way they could ever win it is if it's clearly rigged.
Right. So, I mean, Clearly it's not rigged. So that means the Hawks didn't win it, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. That's it. That's exactly how it went down. And the world didn't burn to ashes on the hockey subreddits and hockey everything.
And in reality, what happened? The Chicago Blackhawks got fucking first overall, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, I terrified my son by screaming.
Holy shit. We fucking did it, guys. We did it.
Oh, man.
Thoughts.
It's crazy.
First overall, baby. First overall.
I was losing it the second the broadcast got fucked up and was cut into commercial, and then it was Weeks was and with the third overall pick, Columbus Blue Jackets moved back, leaving the Blackhawks and the Anaheim Ducks. And I was like, what?
That's what I said. I text our group chat right away. I'm like, did he just say we're top two? I'm like, did the Hawks get top two? And you're like, yup.
Yeah, dude. And how can you I guess they probably just didn't have a super large amount of time between when the lottery actually happened to doing the show to getting it edited correctly because somebody fucked up.
Yeah, they did it live, and you'd think that they would know this by now, though.
Did they do it live?
The reveal was live.
Okay.
The lottery
so
part
weird.
wasn't.
Well, the lottery part wasn't. It's just so weird that was Weeks' mic on accident and he was practicing what he was gonna say for when the Columbus thing was flipped.
Then that's what people are freaking out about. They're like, oh well, if he knew,
it's fucking he knew. Are you kidding me? They don't what? He's not gonna be surprised. They're gonna tell him who won.
Did they show the card for Columbus or did they
No, they showed the card for Columbus after they came back from that commercial break.
So I wonder if they fucked up. They were supposed to do 3 and then go to commercial with the Hawks and the Ducks.
Yeah.
And so Kevin Weeks keeps going.
Yeah.
Whoever production director went to commercial early.
Yeah.
And then they redid it when they came back.
Or maybe Weeks just kept going, thinking that it was going to be just save the last 2.
And then before
the last 3 was I guess it's weird because I feel the last 3 was what they used to do, because that's what the lottery was for the top 3 spots, but now it's only the top 2. So maybe he's yeah, they'll probably just reveal the top 2 because that's the only ones that matter.
And then you had the Chiclet guys freaking out because the Hawks had a star next to their name before it was revealed. But it's yeah, they have a restart because the Hawks won it for sure, was guaranteed 1 lottery win. Hence why they moved up. That's what that meant. And it wasn't saying, oh no, they won it. I mean, they won it, but it wasn't saying oh no, here's a spoiler, the Hawks are gonna get it. No, it's they won at least one of the draws to move them up into the top 2.
Yeah. But it was unbelievable when that card flipped and it was the Hawks, and I was like, ooh, baby.
I was fucking shaking.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, this could not be happening. And
I was happy if we got 2 because I was top 2, let's go.
I know.
fucking care.
Get silly for Fantilli, baby. Let's go.
And then I got a little call, and I was like, we have one. We have one.
We said is 1 or 4. And when 4 wasn't on the board, it had to be 1.
Had to be one.
Had to
That's
be
right.
1.
Oh
Oh
my God. What a great time to be alive for
God.
everybody. Everybody, as much as they hate it. Oh, they're going to be able to watch Connor Bedard revive this Blackhawks team and just be so salty about it.
Fan bases that aren't the Blackhawks, be grateful. Everybody talks about how they don't get to see McDavid a lot because he's on the West Coast.
Yeah.
Guess what? Connor Bedard is in a major market. He's in the central time zone. He is going to be on national TV every single week. You get to watch the Blackhawks every single week.
Outdoor games. Outdoor games.
Let's go. Blackhawks are going to be in the outdoor games. They're going to be in all those specialty games. They're going to go across the fucking pond, going to fucking Sweden and Germany and all those fucking places. You fucking close your eyes, you're going to see the Blackhawks logo. Let's go. And you know what? I fucking love it. I will embrace the villain role here. You hate us. You're fucking pissed about it.
They hate us because they ain't us.
Hate us because they ain't us.
Fucking remember when everybody was super pissed about Connor McDavid going to Edmonton because they just couldn't stop winning first overalls? I mean, it eventually goes away. Yeah. You're just like, God damn, that guy's good.
And that's the funny thing too. It's they don't deserve it, blah blah blah. The Blackhawks get everything. It's only the second time we're ever drafting first overall.
Yeah, I don't think anybody remembers the fact that like before 2010, there was a large gap of time where we didn't have a Stanley Cup win.
Yeah, like, oh my God. But yeah, so there is so much that we can go here. I know that we gave our little breakdown here, but where do you want to start? Do you want to start with like the actual lottery process, since everybody talks about it being rigged and nobody actually pays attention to the actual process of it?
Oh, absolutely. Because that was fantastic. Everybody online immediately calling out it's rigged. And it's just such a salty ass take, because my favorite part is they released the video of the actual lottery and how it works.
Thanks for like
having representatives in the room. Yeah, exactly. Having representatives in the room, not just from like the teams, but also from like hockey publications, like guys that write articles and stuff. And everybody has the same packet. Basically what it is that there's 14 lottery balls, and each team is assigned a random 4-number combination. And I think that there was like 1,002 combinations or something like that. And so there's 2 that go unused, which one of them was like 11, 12, 13, 14. Like if that popped up, then it just redo it or some shit. But every other combination is randomized between the teams. And since there's 1,000 of them, the Anaheim Ducks basically get, 185 different combinations, where Columbus gets like 130 or whatever, and the Hawks got 115. And then it's funny because like I think Nashville had 5, and they actually came very close to winning it. But I don't think Nashville was in the. Nashville couldn't have jumped though.
That would have been the Ducks still winning.
Let's see. I forgot what the number combination was now. Oh, it's 4, 5, 9, 13. Yeah. So no, never mind. Not Nashville. Why did I think Nashville? Oh no, Nashville could have won it. Not like the actual first overall, but they could have won that because they have 4, 5, 7, and 13. So basically, if you watch the video, there's a guy that has to watch a clock and not face the lottery machine, and he has to pull every 20 seconds, and then they like do the machine so that it will suck up a ball, whatever. Sometimes it doesn't fucking work right away. They just like open the chute, so they get pulled on 4, 5, 13, and then 9. And so that ended up being the combination the Hawks had of 4, 5, 9, 13. And it's like so there's a draft lottery guide. You can fucking go look at it on NHL.com. You might have to do some searching, but if you find like where that number combination comes in, and you can look at other ones, only look for 4, 5, and then 13, and then any other one, because like that's the last ball. And it was one number off of Anaheim winning and one number off of St. Louis winning, because they were both 8 and 10. And it was just fuck me. Like, no. No to St. Louis.
That would have been our worst fucking nightmare.
Yeah. But yeah, man, fuck. It's so cool.
How about the last time the Ducks had the best odds of winning the draft
dude.
lottery?
That's awful.
A nice little player named Sidney Crosby.
Yeah. You know, it's just the players that are going to change a franchise aren't going to go to Anaheim.
You know what? If they didn't have those stupid fucking jerseys, they might.
Yeah, maybe.
I blame the jerseys on that.
If they would have kept the old duck head.
Yeah, right. So the results come up. Everybody stays the same except for the top 3. Blackhawks move to 1. The Ducks drop to 2, and poor Columbus drops to 3. Columbus just cannot catch a break. It is just so funny. But it's like, you know what? At the end of the day, your top 5, you're fucking pumped because picks 2 through 5 are all first overall picks if they had their draft class.
So, man, Fantilli's going to be really sick in Anaheim. Like, that's going to be nasty.
Sure thing. Is he for sure the pick, though?
So this is something that I saw and brought up that actually kind of was like, could make sense. I think it was for Anaheim because like at center they have Zegras. I can't remember if they had someone else. But it's like, how great would it be to have an actual like in a few years, a very talented winger in Mitchkov. Let's see, what is there? Maybe it wasn't them. I don't know. Like, Mason McTavish. McTavish is the other center. That's why. So yeah, their top 2 centers are McTavish and Zegras for the future. Like, are you gonna just try and have Fantilli or one of those guys just play the wing on the top 2 lines?
Or do you move that second pick, trade down a couple's picks?
Yeah. I don't know, man. But yeah, it would make sense for them to like maybe go after a winger. But like, even let's say they take Fantilli and like let's say Columbus gets Leo Carlson, like those are gonna be super nasty. Like the fact that Mitchkov is gonna be spending some time in the KHL for a bit, like I'm wondering when he'll actually be drafted.
19th.
Oh yeah, you think he's gonna sit there until 19? Yeah, right.
Oh my god, can you imagine that? He falls all the way to 19.
What if he fell to 8? Can you imagine if he falls to 8 and goes to Washington?
Ovechkin's on the phone right now. You fucking pull that trigger right now, and Ovechkin will pay to get his contract.
He's calling Putin to release him.
Yeah, Ovechkin pays his contract for the KHL to get him over here.
Yeah, dude. I mean, you can just get the family oligarchy money or whatever.
Oh my god, that's so fucking funny. But yeah, I mean, here's the best situation for the Hawks, though. Or you know what? Let's go by this. I actually made an outline, so let's stick to it. What does this mean for the future of the franchise? I mean, long term, short term. I mean, Kyle Davidson kind of said it a little bit yesterday. He's like, you see that card flip over, and you automatically see your franchise being altered for the better going forward.
Well, I think it's take it slow still.
Yep.
Because the main pieces of the franchise that you want to like be contributing going forward are still very young. And you don't want to like take this off season to load up and just be like, we're going at it now. Like, and just completely like shoot it like all down the drain, like with shit cap like management. Because like, I mean, fuck man, like Nazar and Bedard Korchinski on the back end.
El Master on the back end.
Yeah.
Vlasic on the back end.
I
Reichel.
mean, still got like see what Nolan Allen turns into. Fucking even that Renzel kid. Like
His fucking
this team is.
core.
I mean, obviously, this team just shot into first place in prospect pool rankings. Are you fucking kidding me? And we have the 19th. I mean, 20th, possibly 19th overall pick.
More than
If
likely the
Flor-
19.
if Florida fucking wins their series.
Who called that?
I don't know, man.
You need to go play the actual lottery because you fucking called Bedard. You were so confident about Hoskin first.
Yeah.
You called what's going on in Toronto and Florida. Man, you've got some luck right now.
Yeah. It'd be great if it just kept going. Just get a bunch of money. That'd be cool.
But it's like you got this fucking core, man. Like you said, the Hawks after last year's draft jumped up from what 27th prospect pool to 25th, or I'm sorry, to 5th.
Yeah, something like that. In a
Now
lot of
you're
rankings,
adding now you're adding Bedard. You're gonna add another. We'll touch on that in a second though. But it's like you're adding some huge pieces to this
absolutely.
rebuild.
I mean, there's possibility of like even still moving up in the draft. Like you can package some picks. You can move that 19 and just get up a little bit closer too. Like nobody's saying you can't.
So that's what I kind of was going to talk about. Other draft picks we have. Now you have the options. Do you use these picks? Do you trade them to bring somebody in? Do you
no fucking
up?
way.
What do you do? At least so let's first talk about this year's picks. You have the first overall, you have the 20th or 19th, then you have 4 seconds.
Yeah, maybe get the Brinket back. Because that'd be sick. But completely unnecessary.
Do you trade out of the first round with that other pick?
No. It's just it's interesting because like as much as like I would love to have DeBrincat back in Chicago, that's probably just not part of like the way that that Davidson's looking long term. Like this is clearly like set the rebuild in motion a lot quicker, but it doesn't need to absolutely accelerate it like pedal to the metal because like every other piece that has been meticulously like put in place has its own timeline that isn't accelerated.
Yeah.
Like this, like getting Bedard does not accelerate Korchinski, doesn't accelerate fucking Nazar. Like Reichel, like he'll probably be on the team next year, but that doesn't mean we're putting pieces around them to fit in still, like they're still gonna probably have a minimal bare bones roster with guys that they'll probably fit in on like 1-year deals.
Phil Kessel.
Phil Kessel. I was actually thinking like Max Pacioretty would be a good one because his contract's up at the end of the year.
Who knows how he can play with back-to-back Achilles tears.
But that's the thing though too. Like that's something you can just 1 year take a chance on, right? Like
at the deadline next year.
If he has a good season, like he can probably be moved if like the Hawks aren't doing great. Like I don't know if the Hawks are playing like obviously like we thought they were going to be pretty bad for like a few seasons. Like they still probably won't make the playoffs, but I don't know if they're going to be like dead last.
I think that this is going to the only thing that this accelerated the rebuild plan is I think we went from a 3 to 5 to a 2 to 3, maybe 2 to 4.
Maybe.
I think it's gonna come depending on how Korchinski, Nazar, Del Mastro, all those other guys develop.
Yeah.
I think this next season is going to say a lot at how they develop and how they're maturing. And then I think potentially the following season, if they're not with us on the main squad full time, the following year is going to be the time that Davidson's going to start looking at, okay, who's going to be available? What big names can we potentially add to this to realistically make this team contend. So by year 3, you're looking at adding more star players to this team and signing big deals, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I think that I don't know if you're really looking to add star players until you possibly get Bedard's contract, like second contract under, like know what that's going to look like first.
What I'm saying, like,
and then you're building around
year
that.
3.
Yeah, like
yeah,
I guess so. I don't know. It's so much in the future. I just want to fucking watch the game on like as soon as possible. Get me to October.
I want to fucking NHL 23 this and just simulate until rookie season. Let him get
in the off season. I don't care about trades, whatever. Like, and like I was in our group chat, I was like, "Damn it! Now I'm gonna have to buy NHL 24." It's like, of course.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome when Bedard's on the cover of it, rookie season.
Yeah, right. Well, that'd be hilarious. He's just rocking his Hawks shit.
Oh God,
it's gonna be great. I'm so excited. It just still doesn't feel like real. Like,
I keep waiting for the psych.
Yeah, right. Like every other like big name player, I mean the Hawks weren't ever like in contention for. Like even the Patrick Kane draft wasn't the consensus number 1 pick. Like a lot of people thought JVR was going to go first.
Really?
Yeah, there was like, even if you watch like old videos on like when the Hawks took him, like Dale Talon mentions the fact that like people weren't sure if like we should take Patrick Kane. Like there's a lot of talk about Kyle Turris and JVR, and like he's like I think Patrick Kane's going to be something special, and he ended up taking him.
God bless Dale Talon.
Yeah, Dale Talon, the one that actually crafted that fucking Stanley Cup championship team in 2010.
He does not get enough credit for what he did for that team.
No.
God. But all right, so since you brought that up, he's a clear-cut first overall pick. He's getting compared to like McDavid, generational talent. It's hard not to get excited when you hear somebody say, "Oh my God, this is the Nets Connor McDavid," and you see what Connor McDavid does.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Is it a stretch? Is it? Do you think you're getting too excited into it? Because honestly, I've bought into the next McDavid. And people ask me about people like my family and all that who don't really know too much about hockey. They're like, "Oh, is this a big deal?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's like McDavid kind of thing." But it's like, it's hard to believe that there could be somebody better than McDavid.
I mean, I don't know if he's gonna be better than McDavid, but the fact that his stats at his age have been better than McDavid's stats at that age is scary. The fact that he gets so much praise already from like NHLers on how fucking good he is. Yeah. It's gonna, oh my God, I got like chills. It's gonna be disgusting. Watching this, I'm gonna fucking watch his highlights as soon as we're done with this. Oh my God, I have to. Like, how have I not done this already? Like last year when we drafted Nazar and Kuczynski, I immediately watched their highlights. But like I've been paying attention to Bedard for like last couple of years. It's just like the craziest thing is the fact that like he gets praised so much for his release. Like his shot is apparently just incredible. And not only is it just like incredible, the fact that like he changes his like release point for like every shot. So goalies can't get comfortable knowing like where he's going to go with it. It's just like, I cannot wait to see this and I need to watch it live.
There's clips of the way he's shooting the puck that I'm like, it would be like a little flutter into the corner if I attempted that. And he's putting it top fucking shelf, bar down.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, what the like, how is that even fucking possible? Like, it's so ridiculous watching this kid play. Like, because I just can't fathom somebody being that good at hockey.
It's exciting, and I can't wait to see exactly how good he actually is.
Like,
it's like, I mean, we've seen highlights, but like we've never really gotten to follow the play, right? Like we never really got to see him like on ice the whole game. It's just, oh, watch this sick ass Connor Bedard highlight where he actually fucking dangles 3 guys and then roofs it. It's just like, okay, like that's nasty. I love it. But like, what is he doing the other 55 minutes of the game? I mean, obviously not always on the ice. The one thing I was just thinking about is like a lot of people are saying like he might have not as much success as McDavid just because of his size, because he is a little bit smaller. He's only listed at like 5'10" and like 180.
Right.
But the other comparisons are saying like he is very good at defending in himself. Like his speed and like the way that he maneuvers his body, he's been really good at being able to like protect himself in a lot of situations. It's just I don't know like what to expect year one when you got somebody like, let's say we play Florida and fucking Radko Gudas is like trying to play him in the corner or stand him up at the blue line, and it's just like, yeah, man, like that guy's got probably like 50 pounds on you and
So,
is a menace.
so I just looked it up. McDavid, when he was drafted,
Yeah.
6'1", so taller,
Yeah.
195 pounds. So he only had 10 pounds on him.
Yeah. Still.
So it's like an 18-year-old kid. Well, technically he doesn't turn 18 till July.
Well, don't forget McDavid broke his clavicle or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, the kid's gonna put on weight. Like,
I mean, he's also going to get used to the game too. Like even if he doesn't get bigger, like he'll
the
just
game is
find
changing.
ways to maneuver around.
The game is changing into the direction that's going to be in his favor. It's getting a little bit more physical again.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the way this game is set up, it's all in his favor.
Oh yeah.
Style of play is what this league wants. And
Yeah, it's gonna be incredible. Like fucking put his face up on the United Center already. Let's go.
49 days. As soon as this is posted, it'll be 49 days until Connor Bedard is announced as the first overall selection to the Chicago Blackhawks.
If they take their time, if it doesn't just go, Chicago is on the clock, we select Connor Bedard.
Yeah.
Just
If he is not standing up, starting to
Oh.
make his way to the stage.
It's in Nashville.
I know,
too,
that was
you
the
know
next
they're
thing I was
gonna
about to
lose
bring
this
up.
shit.
Nashville Predators, hang up a banner. We got to host Bedard being drafted into the league.
Oh God.
Hang it up, baby.
Let's go. I'm just curious, like, what do you think? So in last year's draft, first round, we got a couple of defensemen. We got Nazar. In this year's draft, we'll get Bedard. At 19, do you think that they're going to be looking at wingers? Like, probably, like maybe somebody like large, or
Yeah, Nazar's a center, right?
yeah, he plays center. I'm sure he can probably play wing. I'm pretty sure he's a center though.
See, that's the thing. The problem here is I haven't even looked at who's projected to be around that area.
Oh, Nazar can play right wing too. It says on at least Cap Friendly. It says.
Common sense, you would think a winger would be the way to go.
Yeah, unless or maybe they just go best player available. Like this could really like obviously there's a lot of options to have, but this could be a really good pick to go with like a boom or bust kind of fucking pick at 19. Like just the guy with the highest ceiling, but also like has the best chance of like, or not the best chance, but like a good chance of just not even reaching it. Like, could you imagine if like, I mean, obviously we fucking talked about this before, but like this draft being the same as like the Dallas Stars draft that they had in 2017, like we already know that we have a monster pick for us. But could you imagine if we also nailed on 19 as well?
So, all right. So I looked up on the Athletic. I'll scroll back up in a second to see who.
Are you looking at like their prospect rankings?
So there's this guy who did a projected like first round where he's got everybody ranked.
I completely forgot that like we have 19 because you sent me the projections.
Yeah.
And I looked at one and I was like, yeah, that's beautiful. And that's all I saw.
19. This guy has Oliver Moore. He is a center for the U.S. National Development Program. He is 5'11", 188 pounds. In March, he was ranked 14th. Tier, he's got him projected bubble top middle of the lineup player. So top 6. Top 9, I guess. Skating, high end, puck skills, NHL average, hockey sense, NHL average, complete, above NHL average. Player comparable, Jean Gabriel Pajot.
Oh, Pajot?
Pajot?
JP Pajot?
Yeah, that's who he compares him to. The 20th pick or the 20th ranked player he has is Colby Barlow, left winger, Owen Sound of the OHL. He is a 6 foot, 190-pound left-hand shot. In March, he had him ranked at 9.
Okay.
Again, he had he's got him projected as a bubble top middle of the lineup player. He ranks his skating as NHL average, puck skill above NHL average, hockey sense NHL average, compete above NHL average, and his shot high end. Player comparable, Jason Zucker.
Oh, that wouldn't be bad.
Light the lamp during the hockey playoffs with DraftKings Sportsbook right now. New customers can make a $5 bet and score $150 in bonus bets. Right now, the Florida Panthers are underdogs to finish up the 4-game sweep of the Toronto Maple Leafs. So if you are confident that you think they can do it, now's the time to put in a bet there. Right over at the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Download the DraftKings Sports app now and sign up with code THPN. New customers can make a $5 bet and instantly score $150 in bonus bets instantly. That's code THPN only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Massachusetts, call 800-327-5050 or visit gamblinghelpline.com.org. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Kansas, call 1-800-522-4700. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas City, 21 plus in most eligible states, but age varies on jurisdiction. Eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for offer details. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details and state-specific responsibility gambling resources. Let's face it, with coffee starting at $5, yes, even without any customizations and our bay counts always somehow depleting, we are officially entering a dupe session. Most products do the same thing, but are priced differently solely based on the brand name. So a good duplicate or dupe is crucial for getting the highest quality at the best price. One dupe you definitely shouldn't sleep on: Raycon wireless earbuds. Raycon is premium audio and the perfect price point so you can listen to what you want when you want without breaking the bank, which is going to be huge, especially if you're a Chicago Blackhawk fan, because now you're going to be needing as much money as possible to be buying up Connor Bedard Blackhawk jerseys and tickets to go see the next Connor McDavid live in the flesh in Chicago at the Madhouse. Let's go. Nothing better right now. Raycon's mission is to prove that you shouldn't have to pay an arm and a leg for quality sound and essential smart tech listening features. You can get a pair and a spare and still play less than you would with some of those other more big name tech brands out there. Raycon knows that in this economy, every purchase needs to be perfect. They offer buy now, pay later options right now, and you can pay as low as $18 at checkout. They have an easy and free return guarantee. They offer 2 years of product protection insurance for just a few bucks. They offer free domestic shipping and flat fee international shipping. They have over 50,000 5-star reviews talking about how comfortable the earbuds are, the noise canceling, the awareness mode, the customizable sound profiles, the water resistance, and 8 hours of playtime everyday earbuds. Go buy raycon.com/THPN today to get 15% off your Raycon order. That's buyraycon.com/THPN to score 15% off. Buyraycon.com/THPN. Playmaking isn't his selling point, but it's good enough, especially with how skilled he is creating scoring opportunities for himself.
We do not need a playmaker, really.
So, I mean, that's clearly, I mean, we're going to have lots to talk about or compare and research and all this kind of stuff.
Now we're just counting down the days until the 28th of June. It's going to be a great day for me. It's my son's first birthday, and it's going to be the day that we get Connor Bedard. My son's first birthday, Connor's first day as a Hawk, unofficially, because he probably doesn't sign the contract till the next day or two.
Probably closer to training camp.
His contract?
Mhm.
No, he'll sign the contract at like immediately.
2 questions. Is there any chance in hell it's not Bedard?
No.
Okay, just making sure because I want to be like,
I
there's
think
any
if
shadow of the doubt out there.
I think if Kyle Davidson were to do anybody besides Bedard, then I would immediately go like, "You're the worst GM in the entire world."
And 2, is there any chance he doesn't play with the Hawks next year?
I don't think so. There's absolutely no way. You know what would be great? Here's the crazy thing. Let's say I don't think we're gonna make the playoffs next year. Let's say we still finish bottom 10.
We move up again.
I mean, you're not allowed to do it more than twice in 5 years. Why not just hit back to back and then be like, okay, we're good, guys. See you later.
Yeah. We'll see you in 17 years when it's time to do this all over again.
Yeah, right. They got that Macklin Celebrini kid. Yeah, it's gonna be nasty.
Man.
Ooh, if next year, if we can fucking, I'm already thinking about next year's draft. But there's been so much talk about this Cole Iserman kid, and he's pretty comparable to like Cole Caulfield. Imagine having a kid like that. Oh my god.
Can you imagine hockey social media if the Hawks won back-to-back draft lotteries?
Good. Lose your minds. Fucking lose your minds. Like you said, like I love it. I love that like everybody hates it right now. Good. I don't fucking care.
And the reaction that this got, it's ridiculous. Like, if you are a fan of another team and you legitimately think that your reaction to the Hawks winning the draft lottery is off the fucking rails as it has been,
Yeah.
fucking reevaluate yourself, man. Like, do you need some help? Like, do you need a hug?
I understand like if you're a fan of like Anaheim or Columbus and like being upset, though, like you're gonna get a really good fucking player, man. Like that's the thing that's kind of I'm just now realizing is a lot of the fans of like those teams aren't the most vocal about this situation either. It's been fans of like other teams that are just like the worst thing has happened. Oh my god, this is the worst timeline. It's like, all right, buddy, like fucking relax.
Here's my problem with it is, one, they're bringing up the obvious, the sexual assault cover up, etc., and all that as the reason why that the Blackhawks shouldn't have this pick, that we don't deserve this pick. And they're saying it's so disrespectful, blah blah blah, to Kyle Beach and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, well, my argument with that is, I agree, like what happened to Kyle sucks and it was fucking terrible. And I fucking hated it. And the fact that that's now going to be always associated with this franchise fucking sucks. But you continuously bringing it up as your excuse for why Chicago doesn't deserve anything, or that if anything good goes Chicago's way, you automatically throw that out there. I'm sorry, that's fucking disrespectful to Kyle Beach in the situation.
Yeah. Like you're bringing it up because you're upset about the draft. So like, let's bring this up because like this is a reason why I'm mad. It's like, I mean, are you mad like all the time, or are you just mad now because like the Hawks had like something positive happen for them?
Yeah.
And the other people that are saying like, oh, like the Hawks were tanking, like, I mean, the Hawks put them in a position to have a better draft pick, but like the team didn't tank. The team went into fucking OT when they could have like secured for sure bottom 2. Like,
Jonathan Taves could have scored that goal in that breakaway in overtime, and that would have put them in fourth. They wouldn't have been in this position. I've
yeah,
seen that
I just
argument.
that's what that's dumb. That's dumb as hell. Like, I people that have refuted those arguments also I've found funny is the fact that like you could just look at Columbus and then withholding players for like months for
Here's
trades.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I saw one article. It was a writer who covers NHL for Yahoo. He's talking about how it was just disgusting that the Blackhawks traded away all of their players that could contribute to this team to help them win games and to excel the rebuild. Okay, so first
What
off, the Blackhawks traded Patrick Kane.
are they talking about the off season when we traded DeBrincat and Doc?
He mentioned that too, but they're saying like he mentioned Patrick Kane. Wow, here's a concept that has never happened before. A team who's about to go through a rebuild trades a player who can help another team in the playoffs for prospects to help or picks to help their rebuild.
Yeah,
That has never happened before, huh?
yeah. He's on his last year of his contract. What? It's like if what would make more sense if to bitch about shit like this would be if any of those players had multiple years on their contract.
Yeah.
Like that would be like, oh, they're throwing these guys away because they want to be bad. It's like, no. DeBrincat had 1 year left. Kane was on his last year. Doc needed a fucking contract. Like,
Doc
what the
needed a
fuck
fresh start. Doc was
yeah.
not going to work in Chicago.
The fact that like Kyle Davidson decided we are rebuilding. Okay, how do we do that? We use this draft, which was 2022, to start. Okay, what are we gonna do in this draft in order to fucking do that? It was like, well, we only have like a couple pieces and no first round pick. So what are we gonna fucking do? Like, we're gonna have to really tear it down and make it fucking hurt for a little bit. And that's why he got rid of Doc and DeBrincat. Like, those were our biggest pieces that we could use.
And guess what? You make fun of us for the contracts that this team had that Stan signed. What the fuck is Davidson supposed to do?
Yeah.
He's got to fucking tear it down and move whatever he possibly can to get a fresh start and to get us out from underneath of what Stan Bowman did.
Yeah, I mean, if he really wanted to, if you want to say we were like tanking, he would have traded Seth Jones for fucking peanuts.
Seventh
Because like
round, like
could
a
he?
seventh round
Yeah,
pick and eat 50% of the contract.
yeah, like that's what that would have been tanking. I don't. I mean, the Hawks were in a position where like they clearly were not gonna win. It's not like they're gonna go out and fucking buy a bunch of fucking players. It doesn't make sense. No team in the past has fucking done this. Like, why is this so surprising that like bad team gonna be bad, not trying to like acquire good players? Like they're
Fucking
playing
even
for the future. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Colorado, when they had their worst season, they still had fucking good players and it just wasn't going their fucking way.
Yeah.
Like you can't even say that they were purposely tanking. Like
This is yeah, I mean, like shit happens, but whatever. Like
yeah, I would
the
love
plan was to get a good draft pick. We ended up with the best draft pick.
yeah.
Sue us.
And I get it. I totally understand. Oh, trading DeBrincat kind of looks a little shady and all that kind of stuff because yeah,
He was the most valuable piece that we had.
he's had the most value. And I'm sorry, I honestly for what Korchinski's projected to be, look how quick we can replace what DeBrincat brought.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't understand how people like can sit there and say what they say about this with a straight fucking face.
Right. I mean, everybody's gonna twist like a narrative to fit like whatever the fuck they want it to fit. But at the end of the day, like the Hawks made moves in order to get a good draft pick. And the ones that like are complaining about like the sexual assault allegations, like I don't know what you want this team that has literally no connection with them to do about that.
You're pissed off at the NHL.
Yeah,
You
like
need to be angry at
the
anybody.
Blackhawks didn't give themselves the punishment. Like I don't know, like you can complain to the NHL about like whatever the fuck you want to complain about.
The Hawks did what they were supposed to do. They whatever punishment the league handed down to them, they did it.
Yeah, guys were fired. Like people lost their jobs because of it,
They were
and like
they resign. Yeah, that's what I know.
yeah,
People are pissed about that.
well
And trust
they're
me,
not allowed back in the NHL without like a fucking counseling program or like some other shit.
and trust me, all you other fans that might have be listening to this that hate the Blackhawks, you're not gonna find somebody that hates Stan Bowman more than I do. And it was so fucking upset when he was allowed to resign and he wasn't fired.
Yeah, the fact that he wasn't fired is insane.
The fact that he was able to resign was the big last fuck you, Jarom. That I'm gonna get one more in on you. I was like, that fucker. I just there's not a legitimate reason for all this hate and anger that is coming towards the Blackhawks for this pick. I
think people are just upset by the fact that like we just had Kane and Taves, and it's what I talked about. Like that book just closed, and then this book burst wide the fuck open like immediately.
the sequel, man, started a little bit quicker than than expected. Like, oh shit, we got to start working on the next edition. All right, let's go. But
How
no,
soon until the actual like Kane and Taves stuff goes on sale, like the jerseys?
does Kane come back now?
I don't think so. Not this season. No way. I think he goes to a team, competes, and then maybe next year or 2 years down the line, when the Hawks are probably in a better place and could use like a Patrick Kane.
Blackhawks trade a pending free agent Patrick Kane for a conditional second, and a third round pick.
Yeah.
God, the fucking hockey Reddit and hockey Twitter would fucking lose their minds. Jonathan Taze.
You don't deserve. You don't deserve
Taze.
Patrick Kane.
Jonathan Taze is behind the bench as assistant coach,
Or he's up in the front office, being assistant GM. Dude, it's great. I can't wait till everybody throws a little shit fit again as soon as the draft happens.
I feel bad for him though, man. His moment is going to be filled with booze.
I hope that kid just doesn't even have social media, except for I think he does because I just followed him on Instagram. But I hope he doesn't really pay attention because like he's just gonna. That's the only thing that when you pay attention to things like this, all you're gonna see is so much hate. And I'm sure Davidson's probably already reached out to him. Are they allowed to?
That's what
Maybe they're not allowed to.
Because wasn't that the whole issue with the Coyotes?
Well, that was a workout. Like they had him work out.
I don't think that they can have contact with them until like the combine when they're allowed to like interview and all that kind of stuff.
Let's say like Connor Murphy, Seth Jones, like they reach out to him. I think you can do that, right?
I don't know.
Right?
I
don't think there's any problem because they probably have like off-season workouts. They
fair.
did. I don't know if it was after the draft though, but there's no like he's not playing hockey right now. There's plenty of guys not playing hockey.
He was at that BioSteel camp last offseason.
Yeah, but that was after the draft.
But I'm just saying though, like, but he was officially out. He was officially
but
out.
He wasn't really draft eligible. I mean, yeah, let's say he's draft.
It was after his. It was after the
like
draft, so, yeah.
Like players could reach out and probably just be like, yeah, man, like it's been wild, but like shut out all that shit because it's fucking amazing being in Chicago. Like, oh man, dude. Other thing too, I keep forgetting. I want to mention Luke Richardson is an incredible coach, and I'm sure. I think that he'll probably also start him slow. Like he's not going to be like first line center right away, but he'll probably. He's not. I don't see Richardson being one to rush him in, right? Like he'll implement him as needed, and then as he gets better and more acclimated to the NHL game, then he'll probably just be fucking running it all.
It's a little tricky though, because of the junior rule that
Oh no, I'm saying like he's not gonna be first line. I'm saying he's gonna probably play like third line minutes to start.
but here's what I was thinking with that though. It's look at Lucas Reichel.
Yeah.
They put him to Rockford because they didn't feel him playing third, fourth line minutes was going to be beneficial to him.
On a shit team, but like
So what is
I think the plan here is also to get Bedard into the second line role. I'm just saying I don't think he's starting the season like line one.
I don't think he starts line one. I think he'll be
I don't know. Dude, it's gonna be nasty if it's Bedard and Reichel on the same line with like Athanasiou if they bring him back.
Matt Stomey.
If they bring Max Domi back, that'd be sick.
You think Matt Stomey was like, hey, don't let the like test his agent, like, hey, make sure there's no tampering here, but
text Richardson
get me back into
I'm in.
fucking Chicago.
Text Richardson, tell him I'm in.
Dude,
because I mean that would be like having Max Domi as a first line center, would be great as like somebody to like play behind on line two. I thought he was great.
Max Domi, that Max Domi, Kurashev, Reichel line.
Yeah, that was nasty. Dude, there's so much exciting shit, and we're still in the playoffs right now.
We have such a long time before we can even. So it's 49. It'll be 49 days till the draft, and then it's what 52 days until free agency opens.
Oh yeah, because it's like a couple days after the draft.
Yeah, it's because Wednesday.
It's on the first. Yeah, it's the first.
Wednesday, the 28th is the first,
July.
And then July 1st is the opening free agency, which is a Saturday, which is fucking awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited to see like what kind of moves, if any, they do make.
You might have to do a live podcast for the first round of the draft. At least the first pick. Do the first pick live.
Oh, that'd be sick. He's just so excited. I'm just jazzed, man. Just so jazzed.
So we kind of talked about everything that goes around with this pick and all that kind of stuff, but really haven't talked about the player himself.
Oh, the magic man. D2. Because Datsuk's Magic Man #1, so Magic Man version 2.
So what are the Hawks getting into this player? And we've already said a generational talent.
A wicked shot. Apparently has like the highest hockey IQ.
Yeah, I guess I should pull up what that guy said about Bedard. All right. Here, he's got him projected bubble generational player and elite NHL player. Skating is above average. Puck skill, elite. Hockey sense, above NHL average. Compete, above NHL average. Shot, elite. Player comparable, David Pastrnak.
Oh, God. That's kind of nasty.
Bedard was the clear best player in the WHL this season. He had one of the best individual performance ever in a single World Junior, being an MVP of the tournament. He was a top player for Canada's U18 and U20 teams during his 16-year-old season too, while scoring 100 points in the WHL that same season. He was one of the best players of the 2021 U18 World Championship as a 15-year-old. Bedard is a potential franchise-changing #1 prospect. He has the skill and shot and legit game-breaking attributes. His ability to beat defenders one-on-one is among the best I've seen by a 17-year-old, and the pace at which he displays that elite skill is going to allow him to execute those type of skill plays in the NHL. Bedard is a highly imaginative puck handler and a very creative passer. That combo with the fact that his wrist shot is top-tier NHL weapon from anywhere in the offensive zone makes him a projected nightmare for NHL coaches to stop on the power play. The only downside is his game is his frame, which some scouts wonder if he will get pushed off to the wing in the NHL. He isn't a pushover, though, as he plays hard and has a physical edge in the game. Given his success as a junior center, his strong skating and high competitive level, I think whoever drafts him will have to try him down the middle and move him to wing if it doesn't work. If he is a wing, he could still have potential Patrick Kane, Nikita Kucherov type impact on a franchise.
Jesus. So he's gonna be good.
I am erect after reading that.
It's just gonna be so beautiful.
Oh my god! And this guy has Fantelli compared to Jonathan Taves.
Oh, it's hilarious. Let's get him too. Let's get both of them. Can we do that? Is that allowed?
I mean, what would you offer for the second overall pick?
Nazar in a 19th.
And
Hey.
another first.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
You got two of them next year.
I mean, I'm fine with what we have. Let's just keep it as is.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right, so
crazy
you
NHL
want some
23
Bedard
type shit.
Yes, we got some Bedard facts here too. Already talked about it a little bit. He finished his past season, regular season, with 143 points, 71 goals, 72 assists. So he's the Tanner Houston 40 for 40 guy there.
Hey, there you go. It's the Sean Monahan, buddy.
Bedard had 90 points, 44 goals, 46 assists over a 35 game point streak this season.
That's pretty disgusting.
He had 22 goals over an 11 game goal streak this season. He failed to register a point in only 4 regular season games this season. He finished with 36 points more than the WHL's next highest scorer. He averages 1.246 goals per game. Bedard had the 11th best goals per average game in WHL history and the best ever for a 17-year-old player. Averaging 2.509 points per game. Bedard had the best points per game average since the 1990-1991 season, which was Ray Whitney, who averaged 2.569. At the Worlds, we talked about how he had one of the best Worlds ever. He set the following records: most career goals by a Canadian, 36. Most career goals by a Canadian, 17. Most points in a single tournament by a Canadian, 23. Most assists at a single tournament by a Canadian, 14. Most points at a single tournament by a U18 player with 23. In 21-22, the then 16-year-old became the youngest player to score 50 or more goals in the WHL season. In the same season, he was the third 16-year-old to manage a 100-point season and the first to achieve the feat in the 21st century.
God damn.
Bedard was the first player to earn exceptional status in the WHL after scoring 43 goals and 84 points in 36 games for West Van Academy Prep's UAT team, leading the Canadian Sports School Hockey League in scoring and earning MVP honors as a 14-year-old.
Jesus.
It's fucking good.
Yeah, man. Are you kidding? This is ridiculous.
And there was another interesting story when I was kind of looking to see if I could find anything else about him. And one of his coaches from when he was 5 years old talked about how he picked his jersey number. Because, this was when Sidney Crosby was big with 87. 97 was very popular because of Barzell was a legend in the area.
Oh, okay.
He was number 97. And obviously nobody's going to wear number 99 because of Gretzky. So when Connor asked for 98, our manager asked him, "Who's 98?" And Connor's response, "I'm 98."
But he's 5.
He goes, we kind of looked at him like, "You're 5 and that's your response?" He goes, "That's pretty neat to hear." 5-year-old go, "That's my number."
That's awesome. That's
I fucking
amazing.
love this kid.
Yeah.
He's going to be fucking great. I am so goddamn excited for this. Like,
it's gonna be one of the better things for the NHL too, man. Like I said, when the Hawks are good, the NHL is gonna be good. And the fact that it kind of goes into Ottawa being sold right now and how there's bids from Ryan Reynolds in a group, Snoop Dogg in a group, and now The Weeknd in a group. And Snoop brought up the fact that the NHL doesn't know how to market.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense that the fact that like the best player, or the best athlete in the entire world, he called him the best athlete, Connor McDavid, isn't plastered on every fucking commercial. There absolutely is. And it's like, yeah, because the NHL doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. So luckily, Bedard will be in Chicago, which is a huge market. It's going to be, like you said, central time zone. So people are going to be able to catch the games no matter where he's playing. And he's going to be a monster. It's going to be great.
And it's like, it's going to be good for the league. You're entering the second year of this TV deal. Like, I don't understand how, like, big picture, like, this is the perfect example of please like my sport, but then also, no, fuck you. Only like it if it's our way.
Yeah.
I don't know. If the Hawks are drafting second, none of this is even an issue.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe a few people upset about Columbus dropping, but whatever.
I don't know, man.
Exciting. Big fan.
Big fan. So this is a big Connor Bedard episode. I mean, there's no reason really to talk about NHL playoffs right now, just because it's all Hawks. Number one topic right now. I mean, you got anything else to add to the Connor, to this whole situation?
No, man, I just can't wait. Cannot wait. I need it. It's like the SpongeBob in
into the veins. Let's go.
the SpongeBob that's like all dried up. I need it.
Oh man, fuck.
I was gonna say the other thing too is it's basically all of hockey social media is pretty much like that one meme of the little girl staring at the camera with the house fire behind her, where the little girl is clearly the Blackhawks fan base and then the fire is every other fan base. It's so nice.
I don't. I mean, I get it. Like, I understand being upset and all this kind of stuff, but just take it to the level that you are.
Mm-hmm.
It's so stupid. It's just really fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Tell me you're a sore loser without telling me you're a sore fucking loser.
God damn. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Real quick though, other Hots talk stuff. Stalock nominated for the Matheson Trophy, or he's a finalist for the Matheson Trophy. That's awesome. Unfortunately, I think Latane's gonna win it.
Yeah,
but
more than likely.
I mean, just kind of shows you how much he did this year, and just his comeback story and all that kind of stuff. And he was even talking about he would love to stay in Chicago because they gave him his opportunity to prove that he can still play. But I unfortunately think he played himself off this team.
Yeah, I think that's more than likely the situation, but anything can happen. I don't know what the plans are for Davidson.
I wonder if Davis even knows the plan yet. I kind of wonder if
I think he's
like,
scrambling. I don't know if he had like this in mind, but he might have already had like contingency plans for like what was going to happen draft wise. But
yeah, so it's gonna be good. We talked about dark times, and it's always darkest before the dawn. I did not think the sun was gonna be rising so fucking quick.
Yeah, it's bright.
Oh man. All right. Anything else?
Jakob Galvis signed in the SHL. So one of the Hawks prospect defensemen signed a deal in the SHL. I don't know why, because when I looked it up, it was a Swedish website, so I don't know what it said. But yeah, that's okay. I mean, there's going to be a logjam in defense anyway.
I was gonna say, yeah, as long as it's not the big guys, I'm
yeah.
okay.
I liked what I saw from him when he played, but I mean, yeah, like Isaac Phillips, like kind of showed up everybody a little bit last year, like when he was playing.
We still retain his rights. Worst case scenario.
I think so.
I'm sure he was probably a RFA.
Yeah. I'm just checking for sure. Yeah, he was an RFA.
Yeah, so we'll still have his rights. So worst case scenario, it's like, hey, go develop a little bit back closer to home, and
yeah, right. he was a 5th-round pick in 2017, so that's
It'll be
not turning out too bad.
You know what would be fucking hilarious though is if he signs that deal right before the draft lottery happens, and then they make it official, and he's like, "Oh no, fuck, stop it."
Yeah, right. I didn't mean it.
Oh man, that's awesome. But
Oh, fuck yeah.
all right, well, episode 223. Tanner, I have a feeling you you know what you wanted to call this one for a minute here.
Connor Bedard.
That's it.
You just want to be like, welcome to Chicago, but he's not even on the team yet. So it's just like, first overall, baby. What is it? We won.
One.
Just fuck yeah.
We won.
Let it all burn. Choose anything you want. Bedard is ours. There we go.
Dart is ours.
Yeah.
I like that better.
Yeah, right.
All right, so episode 223, Bedard is ours. Make sure you go to DraftKings, use promo code THPN, go to Raycon, use promo code THPN, get 50% off headphones, which I think I'm about to because this has been going in and out the entire
There you go.
time.
Maybe if you had some Raycon, you'd
Raycon, let's go. Follow us on social media at WCB Podcast, at the Hockey Pod Net. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow us on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, 5-star review, read my shit on Hockey Buzz. My my 1-sentence Hockey Buzz article is the most commented article that I've had in the almost 6 months or 7 or 8 months I've been writing for them. It literally is, we win, or the title is Blackhawks get Bedard. Then the blog is, the title says it all. More when I calm down. That's it. And it's over 500 comments right now.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
But yeah, we will be back next week. We will have probably round 2 recaps. I think by the time we record this, we'll have
pretty possible.
The conference final to start previewing.
Yeah, there's possible game 7s on Tuesday, but that's if the Leafs come back and if Edmonton Vegas goes to 7.
Oh yeah, so we'll definitely be talking probably conference final.
Probably.
Yeah. So, all right, we'll see you on the next one.
All right, love boys. Bye.
Thanks for listening to the WCB podcast. Be sure to subscribe wherever you heard this podcast. To connect with Jarom and Tanner, check out the boys at WCB Podcast on all social media. We'll see you next time.